Hello all, and welcome back to this week's edition of Horrible Helbrute Mondays. Yes. Today we're going to be getting into why 6 inches is big enough. Don't forget guys, if you enjoy the content, leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below a time you crushed your opponent with Helbrutes. In today's matchup, we're going into Drukari, and we're going second on Take and Hold. If we look at the board state, I've just rapid ingressed a Helbrute down in this corner, and I've got a Helbrute over here. As you guys know, in this list I'm only running 2 Helbrutes. I've got Angron, 2 squads of Berzerkers, 3 squads of Spawn, Invocatus, Exalted, and yeah, Khorne Berzerkers. So if you want to see the list, I'll link it down in the description. I'm going into Drukari today, so I've actually never played against Drukari realistically. So all I know is that they've got a lot of different individual units, and they sort of do a lot of killing, like Eldar. So I also know that they just melt and die if I get into combat with them, especially with Helbrute. So let's hope for that. Now, yet again, I did preface to my opponent what Helbrutes can do, and I explained to them they go 6 inches at the pile-in, they move 9, and all that other stuff. But sometimes, if you go first, you can't just sit back in your deployment zone. So if we look at the board state, I had a squad of Spawn up in the top objective marker and another squad of Spawn in the bottom objective marker. So he has to put bodies on those objectives, because otherwise if he shoots off my Spawn, I sticky the objective marker on death and I score lots of points. So I'm forcing him to come onto that objective marker, right? And then on the center, he got area denial, so he also wants to go into the center. So these 3 units all have to go out onto those objective markers to prevent me from scoring more points than he wants. Obviously, he's able to kill all the Spawn. He lines up shooting from this Ravager and the Ravager at the top, if I can get a slightly better angle onto those Spawn. Now, I do rapid ingress a Helbrute here, mainly because I don't have the easiest way of killing these Cavalite warriors, and I do want to go and kill them. So at worst, let's say I draw something like extend battle lines, right? Or secure no man's land, storm hostile, overwhelming force, no prisoners, marked for death. All of those objective markers, this Helbrute can go and do by killing those 5 Cavalite warriors, right? And sitting on the objective marker. So even if I get a bad roll, or I don't get a big enough charge to go piling in everywhere, at worst, that Helbrute clears an objective marker, denying my opponent 5 points, and scores me 2 to 5 more points based on my secondaries. And then in addition, in the next turn, he now has to put something on that objective marker, and Khârn and friends just go out and kill that's there. I am playing a denying game because I'm going second. Now, because I'm going second, he has to stage up a little bit to mean that, maybe turn 3 or turn 4 is his go turn if I'm being too passive. So having a Venom down here with Lady Malice in it, some Mandrakes, this Ravager, another Venom over here, he can't just be all in his deployment zone like it's showing on the map. Same thing with up here. He's got his Ravager, some Reavers up here with another Venom with guys in it, and these Talos just rip tanks apart. So, and same thing with this Helbrute in terms of drawing secondaries, denying him victory points. It all makes sense, like the way you're deploying. You're not deploying to ping pong. It's just that ping ponging sometimes is a nice side effect. So in my turn 2, this Helbrute comes out 9 inches to charge those Cavalite warriors, and this Helbrute comes out 9 inches to charge these Cavalite warriors. So now here you have to decide, are these Helbrutes going to ping pong? So if they both ping pong, and let's say I clear this corner of the board and this corner of the board, then I should send everything else. Because now if I put 20 Khorne Berzerkers, Angron, and some Spawn into the mid board, and let's say I kill a bunch of this stuff, he's totally screwed, right? On the other hand, if a Helbrute goes here and bounces, or a Helbrute goes here and bounces, or maybe I roll really poorly on the charge, and what I want to happen doesn't happen, and you full send the rest of your army into the mid board, well, now he kills both Helbrutes and he probably kills everything in the mid board. So I like to commit as little as possible because I can't see the future. So I only send out these Spawn to go and kill these guys. And now, best case scenario, I clear this corner of the board, I clear this corner of the board, And then in my next turn, I can just run Khorne Berzerkers wherever I want and score as many points as I want. Whereas, as I explained already. So these spawn charge in and actually completely whiff to kill these guys. So 6 up invulnerable saves, in addition with my terrible rolling, means I don't actually kill a lot. However, this Helbrute does make the charge up into those Kabalite warriors, and this Helbrute makes a decent charge into these Kabalite warriors. So let's go and have a look at what happens. This Helbrute, 9 attacks into 5 guys. You betcha I kill 2 of them. Oh, blessed be the Helbrute. In fact, I think these guys were slightly more like this, and he ended up pulling these 2, which meant that I had to go in, and thankfully that 1 less inch didn't actually get me out of range of these Reavers. I did successfully kill those guys. So that's 2 activations. Then we 6-inch piling consolidate over into these Reavers. Let's have a look-see. These guys have got 4 attacks each, AP 1, damage 1. That ain't gonna kill a Helbrute, brother. Let's kill another one. They kill 3. These guys go to 3. The Helbrute runs in. Ravager. Ooh, you know what? Let's have a little test, hey? So I got sustained hits, and I hit on 4s. Oh, that's not good. And then I wound on 3s. Okay. You know what? 3 wounds. He's got a 6 up invulnerable save, because it's AP 3, putting him to that 6 up invulnerable save. He saves. Ooh, he saves 2 of them. Can I kill? Can I kill? Hiya! Oh, 9 plus 1. That's 11 damage. Boom. I flipped the Reaver. So, even with god-awful rolls and him making a 6 up invulnerable save, I still killed the Reaver. So I'm actually pretty happy with that. 4 activations. This Helbrute then piles in. If I kill a Reaver, I kill a Venom. Let's be real. Venom dies. That's 5 activations. What's inside the Venom? A bunch more Kabalite warriors. I go in. We did see already that I probably don't kill Kabalite warriors with 2 swings. At this point, my opponent resigned. But with this plus the other one, I didn't actually get to activate any of these Kabalite warriors, but that's 6 activations, maybe not killing that squad. And then we go over onto the other corner of the board, and we see I do kill these Kabalite warriors. I consolidate in, and then I go and kill this Venom. So that's what? That's 6, 7, 8, 9. Out comes Lady Malice. So you can see that here, the closest model to me is this model here. I'm going to be slightly further away. The Kabalite Warrior. But I only have to end closer to the Kabalite Warrior. So I can end within 1 inch, say over there, as long as I base another model. Right? That's consolidation rules. You only have to end closer as long as you're basing something. So now I'm within 0.7, I'm closer, and I'm in 0.9 of this model. So now I'm actually tagging both the Mandrakes and the other squad of Kabalite Warriors. Lady Malice has got a Vector Aura, but her melee is actually quite good. So, does it kill the Helbrute? Let's see. I actually only saw the extra attacks. I didn't see the other ones. 6 attacks, hitting on 2s, devastating wounds, wounding on 5s. So they all hit, and then 3 miss, 1 goes through, and it's minus 3, so I get a 5-up save. Goated. Helbrute's goated. I take 3 damage, and that means both squads now have to swing into my Helbrute, and I kill, let's say, 3 more of these guys, 3 more. I think I kill all the Mandrakes. They're much squishier. And so then that's 10 and 11 activations. 11 activations. So my opponent resigned on the spot. Even with my spawn completely whiffing and not killing his center Kabalite warriors, who are apparently just the most tanky models in the entire game. So my opponent staged like this. Why? Why let me potentially get some Helbrutes ping-ponging? Well, for one, it's because he disrespected the Helbrute's damage output, which is your first mistake. And this is why I run 2 to 3 in every list. I gotta teach my opponents some respect for the Helbrutes. You know, they're goated. And secondly, because if he sits in his deployment zone, as I was explaining earlier, he's not threatening me in any way. Whereas by being here, he's now threatening to come out 20 inches, get out, and maybe shoot and kill Angron. Or come out, charge, and kill a Rhino and body block me. And all of a sudden, in his turn 3 or turn 4, he can come out, completely rat me. Maybe I'll kill him, but I won't score enough points and I'll lose. So he's playing a slow, staging up, methodical game. Helbrutes, they sort of counter that if they're able to go ping-ponging, because this is why I do like running shooting in my list. This list doesn't have any shooting. I think he was respecting shooting that wasn't there, is another thing, because he was staying, you know, behind this area. But when you got so many different individual units that are all quite squishy, Helbrute, buddy, dream. So 2 Helbrutes, 500 to 1,000 points of Drukari Elves dead. What more could you ask for? Get your Helbrutes now. This might sound a little bit disrespectful, but I literally didn't have any content for today's video. I just pinged the chat and said, hey, does anyone want to play a game of Warhammer? Jumped in, first game I played, I got 2 Helbrutes ping-ponging across my opponent's entire army. It just happens every game. I hope you guys enjoy.